Stevie J here from Glove Up or Shut Up, AngryMarks.com and Wrestling Observer with your UFC Fight Night results, including the prelims that I didn't see and the televised fights which I did. Let's start with Brad Scott defeating Michael Cooper via front choke. This was 4:17 of the first round in the opening bout to air online. Then Jimmy Hedges defeated Rob Whiteford via technical submission with a triangle choke at 2:17 of the second round. Cole Miller defeated the popular Andy Ogle 29-28 across the board unanimously. Crowd was probably not too happy to see Ogle lose, but it sounds like he got pretty well beat. Jessica Andrade defeated Rosie Sexton, so another local fighter went down by decision. This was two 30-26s and a 30-27. Luke Barnett defeated Andrew Craig in a bout that was bonused onto the television broadcast. This was a rear naked choke finish at 2:12 of the first round, and Chael Sonnen was in Barnett's corner for this fight. In a lightweight battle that main evented the prelims, Ali Akinta defeated Piotr Hallman 29-28, 30-27 times 2. We move on to the main card on Fox Sports 2. At a catchweight of 128 pounds for a flyweight fight, John Lineker, who came in over the weight, easily defeated Phil Harris via TKO at 2:51 of the first round. Pretty one-sided ass-whooping in this bout. Surprisingly, Nicholas Masok defeated Alessio Sakara via a verbal submission to an armbar at 3:07 of the first round. And I don't know what you do with Sakara at this point, because he'll put together a couple of wins here or there, but then he'll lose to somebody you don't expect him to. The guy just never seems to get any traction at middleweight. Norman Park pretty handily defeated John Tuck. Two of the scorecards had it 29-28 and one had it 30-27, but I never saw Park losing any part of this contest. He was stronger on the feet and Tuck couldn't do anything to combat it, so the striking won Norman Park this fight. Jimmy Manuwa defeated Ryan Jimmo with a very strange finish. Not the strangest of this card, but there was a TKO due to an injury. Manuwa had already been pretty handily beating him up standing, but then Jimmo was bouncing around on his feet in the second round, and all of a sudden he fell down to the ground clutching his leg because apparently he pulled a hamstring. So Jimmo was TKO'd. He had been hit by an uppercut a few seconds earlier, so John Anik actually thought he'd been knocked out, but nope, it was a technical knockout via injury. Ross Pearson and Melvin Guillard in one of the more disappointing finishes to a fight on a UFC televised card in a while. There was a very strange situation here. There was a clinch against the fence, and Melvin Guillard threw a knee. Ross Pearson put his hand down as Melvin Guillard was throwing another knee, clearly trying to get down into the stance where it would be illegal for a grounded opponent to be hit by a knee. And one of the two knees cut him open, so the doctor came over to check on the cut, and because it had been stopped, the referee just decided to go ahead and rule it a no contest, saying that because one of the knees was illegal, the fight couldn't continue. Pearson was not knocked out, though. He was not even cut that badly. So I saw no reason for this fight to be stopped. A lot of people are still complaining about this even today on Twitter and Facebook, but what are you going to do? Pearson said he wanted a better fight than that, and he wanted to give the crowd more than that, and he hoped that they could come back to England and do it again, and Guillard said pretty much the same thing. And in a very memorable main event, Lyoto Machida makes his UFC middleweight debut after being a longtime contender at light heavyweight and the former light heavyweight champion. He defeats number 5 ranked Mark Munoz with a head kick that just knocked him cold, and Machida had every opportunity in the world to throw a strike to the already fallen opponent and held up. He saw how badly he had knocked out Munoz with the head kick and just waited there for the ref to come over and make it official. He just stood there like this and didn't even throw the punch. So, very classy move by Machida. A good end to a card that was strange in a lot of ways, but UFC, I'd say thumbs in the middle, slightly up for the Fox Sports 2 event on Saturday from Manchester, England. Stevie J from AngryMarks.com, etc., etc.